Greetings, this is Mr. Solomon with another edition of Teacher Gaming Desk. This is episode 10, where we will play the game called Reach for the Sky, which will help students learn about plant life, photosynthesis, and how plants grow. First thing I always do is go to desk.teachergaming.com and sign into my account so I can start a lesson. So once I'm logged in, you can then scroll down. A good way to search, I should point out, that you can use your parameters. So I'm searching for the Mac operating system since that's what our lab is. I'm also searching for browser-based games, and I've changed the slider for grades ages 5 through 12 since we are a K-5 elementary school. So this narrows down a lot of your choices, and as I scroll down you can see some of the games that are in here. And as I scroll down a little further, you will see Reach for the Sun. To add this lesson and this game as a favorite, I will click on the little gold star, and then we will preview the lesson. There's a short video that shows how the game is played. I can make a copy of this lesson. We talked about that in earlier episodes on how you can customize each lesson for your students. So students get to know how to get plants to grow and proceed. The goal of this game is to have your plants get to fruit. Fruit means they have succeeded in following the stages of the life cycle of a plant. So there's some background knowledge students can get. You also have lots of links over here on the right to learn more. Students learn about seedlings, pollens, mature plants, how insects help. So this could probably take 20 to 40 minutes doing the background knowledge, depending on how much information students have ahead of time and what students still need to learn. So we're working on sunflowers in this lesson, and then we'll move on to the play section. So once you've engaged the lesson, you can see that I have a screenshot that shows you how to do this, and then I can see how students are progressing through this game. So once you have the desk.teachergaming lesson engaged, I can then go to the application of TeacherGaming Desk and sign in as a student. So now that I'm signed in as a student, you can see that there is a lesson that I've started called Reach for the Sun. If I click it, I can then launch the game. So when the game is launching, you'll realize that this is a browser-based game, so there's no installation to do for this. It's all done through a web browser. We use Chrome or Safari in our computer lab. And if I click up here, you'll see that there's a little microphone. I'm hearing sound, so I'm going to turn the sound off. I can set my graphic quality to high. There's a short little movie that begins first to help get you ready to play Reach for the Sun. So the first time you play the game, you begin with a sunflower seed. That is the simplest plant to start. It takes one seed to purchase it. Then I click play and begin the game. There's a short cutscene that you can see how the plant gets started. And so this is a turn-based game. So every time I have a turn, I choose a number of actions that I can do based on the inventory that I have. If you don't have enough supplies, you can't do everything that you'd like to until the next turn. So this is in strategy mode. Okay, click anywhere to continue. So basically the bottom of the screen shows you what resources that you have. And then here on the left side, you can see how much it costs to add some of these resources. So if you don't have enough water, for example, then you won't have enough to make a plant part, to purchase a plant part. So you have 20 turns. So right now you can see on the bottom, I need to get water. I have a possibility of 10, 12, and 14 for water, nutrients, and starch. And right now I only have 2 waters, 4 nutrients, and 14 starch. So what I'm going to do first is click on one of the root main stems and then aim it. That tells me how much it costs. So I have enough to purchase a root main stem. Maybe I can do that one more time. And then you can see I don't have enough materials to do that, so I'm going to wait until my next turn. So it's a gradual game. It takes a little bit of patience. You've got to wait things out until you have enough supplies to actually make your plant start to grow. So I'm going to keep going on my roots. Now I'm going to see if I can purchase a root main stem. Okay, you can see what it costs, and you can see what I gain. So I have enough to do that. And I probably have enough to do one more time. So I'm going to click on one of these. I need 5 for this one, so you can see that I don't have enough. But I do have enough for a leaf. So I'm aiming my mouse at the picture that I can then go. So now I'm out of resources. So I'm going to click my next turn, and then I'll have more resources. So you can see my plant is starting to grow. I want to make sure I get more roots. Keep nutrients going to the plant. Now you can see I have 4 of each. So if I want to add another leaf, I don't have enough to add an auxiliary main stem. And I also don't have enough to make a vertical stem. So I'm going to finish my turn right here. Let's see if I can get some more roots. Nope, not enough. So let's finish my turn. I now see that it's raining. Water helps. Now I'm going to try to... I have 22, 20, and 23 for water, nutrients, and starch, so I have enough to make another vertical stem. And then if I click on one of these plants, I still have enough to make another leaf. You can see that my supplies are going down slightly, but I can still make this guy grow. Not for this one. I do have enough for another main stem. So I'm almost out of resources. So let's see if I have enough to make roots. No, I do not. So let's finish my turn. So you can see what I'm gaining with each turn. It's starting to rain. You can see that my water, nutrients, and starch supplies keep going up because my plant keeps growing taller. So now if I want to make a flower, I do have enough. I don't have enough nutrients yet. So I need to make sure that my roots are growing. So I'm going to keep playing this game for several turns and check back when we're up to about turn 18 or 19 so you can see how far we've gotten. So right now I'm on turn number 14 and you can see that I have 3 lovely flowers. And so if I click on a sunflower, I can then pollinate it. And once you do, you can see that it starts attracting bees, and that's what we want. So you can see this costs 8, and if I look down on the bottom left, I have 57, 36, and 58, so I have plenty of resources to add more pollen. You can see the bees coming. If I want to add a new flower, I don't have enough because it costs 35 for each, and I only have 49, 28, and 50. So what I'm going to do is keep using my resources to make some pollen so I can pollinate these flowers as quickly as possible. And then I'll finish my turn. And you can see the bees are attracted to the pollen, helping the flowers to grow. You can see I have 3 flowers on the right side. This is my running total of what my pollen saturation levels are at. So right now I'm going to start pollinating these flowers. So that costs 6. This one costs 11. So I can catch a bee, drag it on top of the flower. Here's a bee. I drag him on top of the flower. So you can see you're attracting the bees. So I'm going to keep pollinating. There's a bee. This one is ready to fruit. So you can see that this plant is finished. I don't have enough resources for this turn, so I'm going to finish my turn. And then when I do, I can take one of these sunflowers to complete the cycle. So you can see that costs 20. If I look on my bottom left, I have enough resources. The flower dries up, and then if you look over here on the right, I now have 1 out of 3 that are ready to fruit. I don't have enough to build another sunflower, so I'm just going to keep making more pollen, attracting more bees. Click on the bee. I should be able to drag him to one of these 2 sunflowers that are left. So I'm going to check back on my final turn and you'll see how I've been doing. So I'm on my final turn. You can see that I have 4 sunflowers. 1 has turned to fruit. So if I want to turn one of these to fruit, you can see that costs 26. So I can do this with 1 more of these flowers. I've set enough pollen, so they've been pollinated enough. You can see this one still needs more. So basically I'm going to end the game having taken 2 out of 4 of my sunflowers to fruit. So now you can see I don't have enough resources to do anything else other than continuing to pollinate. So if I take a bee, I can drag the bee, put him onto my sunflower so he can grab more pollen. So this is my final turn. So now it's calculating my results. And so I have brought 2 sunflowers to fruit. That earned me 6 seeds. I could have gotten more. Looks like I could have gotten up to 12. But now I have more seeds, so I can buy a different kind of plant. And so now I'm ready to choose a toad lily. And that costs 5 seeds, and I have enough, so I'm going to buy it, and then the game continues. So a really great way for students to learn the process of photosynthesis, how plants need starch, water, and nutrients to grow, and how your goal is to bring them to fruit. And we'll continue playing this game and see how far students can get. So now that students have played the game for one class session, I can then go to my TeacherGaming desk website, desk.teachergaming.com, scroll down, and you can see, as me, you can see all of the phases that I've completed. So I've completed the sunflower phase, getting green check marks for each one. And then if I go to share and discuss, then we can get some formative assessment, get some feedback from students. I could create a Google form and customize this slide so there's a link built right in, or finding ways that students can share their learning. So this helps students learn the process of photosynthesis, and then when I complete the lesson is completed. And then if I go to my teacher gaming desk, I did like this game, I can then see that I have earned some skill points by playing this game. And this tells me what? Going back to my teacher gaming desk app on my dock, you can then see that that green area that says a lesson has begun is now gone. So this helps me manage the lesson and also monitor how students are doing and progressing throughout the game. If I want to see my individual progress, I can look for my name somewhere in here, and there are my skill points. So if I go to play statistics, same thing, I can then see how long students have been playing the various games on TeacherGaming. Thanks for watching.